Welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and it is a movie recommendation weekend. I just finished doing one movie recommendation. Now we are on the second movie recommendation. As I mentioned in the previous episode, this movie that I am about to recommend, I did not like when I first watched it. So, making that very clear. But as I said before, if I don't like something when I first watch it, I usually watch it one more time just to make sure that I don't like it, because I believe in second chances. All right. Social media, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. On Twitter, Instagram, KIRWKC. Facebook.com/KIRWKC. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button followed by the notification bell. If you are watching this on Daily Motion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That will let you know when I upload new videos. All right, let me go into this. Okay, next itching a little bit. For this movie, when I watched it, the reason I didn't like it when I first watched it is because I went into this particular movie expecting something else. I had seen the previews and then I misunderstood the preview that I had seen. So, because of me misunderstanding the preview I had seen, when I watched the movie and it didn't deliver what I was expecting based off of the preview and my misunderstanding of the preview, I was just like, ugh. So then I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Let me just watch it again. And then I watched it again, and I believe when I watched it that second time, I took my expectations out of it. I removed my expectations and just was like, okay, I'm not expecting anything. Let me just watch the movie and see how all of this unfolds. So that's what I did. And after I did that, I was like, okay, I like this movie. But the movie didn't do well at the box office. So my original reaction seemed to be a lot of people's reaction when they went to see the movie. But, as I said before, after I watched it the second time, I liked the movie. The movie I'm talking about is Dracula Untold. It's with Luke Evans. And Dracula Untold is a very cool movie in my eyes, because it's about the Persian army. It's about, oh my goodness, my mind went totally blank that quick. I was saying House of Dracul, which then he became known as Dracula. Vladimir, or Vlad. It's about him. He was part of the Persian, in this story, he was part of the Persian army. He became a member with the Persian army, but he wasn't Persian. He was just drafted, and he was raised to fight like them and all of that other stuff. He was the one who put people on stakes, and that is what he became known for. All right. Well, he goes off and has his own kingdom later on after he leaves the Persian army. He's released from, I guess you could say he's released from duty. He has his own kingdom. He's doing his own thing. Well, the Persian army comes along and they want to draft some children. Ages, I believe it was 6 to 15 or something like that. And he was not comfortable with that. On top of it, one of the Persian soldiers, one of the Persian scouts, was killed by the original Dracula. And that was another thing that brought the Persian army to the area, because it almost looked like Vlad was the one who had done it. Okay. So in a desperate attempt to keep his child, because his child was one of the ones drafted this time, like he was drafted to be part of the Persian army. In a desperate attempt to save his child and to save all of his people, he goes to the original Dracula and he makes a deal with him. After the deal is made, he pretty much takes on the entire Persian army by himself. There are other things that go on throughout it and related to religion and all of that stuff internally with his people, and then also with the Persians as well. But my favorite two parts in the movie is when he first, well, not first, because the first meeting, it's, you'll see what I'm talking about if you watch the movie, Dracula Untold. So, not the first meeting, the second meeting. So the second meeting, when he meets Dracula for the second time, and then the end of the movie. Those two parts are my favorite parts in the movie. Those two parts alone make the movie. And for those of you who, you already know this, I give some spoilers, but not all. In the second meeting, when he meets Dracula, he has a conversation with him when he's asking for help, asking Dracula for help to fight the Persians. That conversation is amazing on camera. How they discuss things. That alone by itself is amazing. And you'll see what I'm talking about if you watch the movie. Then the ending of the movie, where something happens, that I won't spoil because it's the ending. Something happens and, okay, I'm trying to, let me see if I can word this correctly. Something happens and he has no choice but to do something, and that brings in a whole tidal wave of other things. That moment, coupled with that tidal wave that follows, it was so, I was like, oh, I'm loving this. So yeah, if you watch the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But Luke Evans is in this movie. I favor him in this movie more than I favored him in the movie Beauty and the Beast, the live action Beauty and the Beast. I don't know why they picked him to play Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. They should have picked someone else. But, and that's just my 2 cents. But when it comes to Dracula Untold, people slept on that movie. I think if they would have watched it one more time, or maybe even 2 more times, they would have appreciated it. I think it's a possibility that I have to sit back some, because I'm crossing my legs Indian style as I'm sitting down. And I had to change the way I have my legs. If people would have walked into Dracula Untold with no expectations, then I honestly believe they would have liked it better. I have a feeling, this is just a feeling, I don't know this for a fact, I haven't dove into the polls or the research or the surveys or anything like that. This is just a feeling that a lot of the people who didn't like Dracula Untold, they were of the mindset that I was, having certain expectations based off of the preview of Dracula Untold, which could have somewhat been misunderstood. And like I said, I misunderstood the preview. And my expectations were way high for it. Where I'm expecting it to be, this amazing, epic type movie, like a Lord of the Rings type thing. Which, oh no, that's Orlando Bloom. Wrong person. I was getting ready to say which Luke Evans is. Luke Evans is in The Hobbit. Same line, different story. But but I was expecting it to be this epic. And Dracula Untold is not this epic movie. It's not. It's not even that long. So, and I believe people went into that movie with that type of expectation based off of the preview. And then when the movie happens, it's kind of like, okay. So that's why I believe it didn't do that well. And another thing too, there is another part in the post-credit scene for that. I guess you could call it the post-credit scene, where that something is done. And that was interesting too, where some people were asking, would there be a sequel? I don't think they're making a sequel based off of the box office receipts. But if they did, I'd be one of the ones buying it. I buy the sequel because I enjoy the first one. Dracula Untold is on point. But anyways, that is my movie recommendation, my second one. I will do my third one, my third one I'm looking very forward to doing. It will be a comedy. So yeah, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Twitter, Instagram, KIRWKC. Facebook.com/KIRWKC. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button followed by the notification bell. If you're watching on Daily Motion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And that is all I have for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for all of your support. Until next time, be blessed.